You're listening to Community Radio, CKMS, Radio Waterloo.
With Gabriel Baragan from Beast and Fish. We'll have an interview with Allie Brenner from the Box Factory Arts in Waterloo. Starting off, this is Catch of the Day from Beast and Fish.
The same old scene, you've seen me before. You're different, you know, a stranger to all. Until you open the hidden door. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. Outrageous the skies, feast for your eyes, drowning your senses like never before. You wanna go higher, I'm lighting the fire. I'm here for you, you know what to do. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. You'll be back asking for more. Catch of the day. Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. Is this the catch of the day? Is this the thing you're looking for? Come in, don't be afraid. You'll be back asking for more. You'll be back asking for more. You'll be back for more.
Catch of the Day by Beast and Fish here on CKMS Community Connections. My name is Bob Jonkman. I have on the phone with me Gabriel Baragan from Beast and Fish. Good morning, Gabriel. Welcome to CKMS Community Connections.
Good morning, Bob, and good morning and hello to all the CKMS listeners.
It's good to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be on the show. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here in the morning.
A little bit early for some hard up rock and roll there, isn't it?
It's actually, I'm on a holiday. I'm camping with the family here at the Cultus Lake, and if you know where it is. But yeah, and it's raining a bit.
We've got hot, sunny weather in Waterloo at the moment. Maybe some showers later on today. So hope that the weather improves for you.
It should get better. We'll see. You know how it is, camping. It's all about just being out there.
Exactly, getting away from everything.
Exactly, yeah.
So what is it you're getting away from? What is it that you do when you're not camping?
Well, it's like every other person. I have a job. I'm all our band members, we all have a job, like music is something that fortunately in these times we're just doing it as a hobby, except for Rick, who's the producer and the bass player. He's has a studio, he's a professional musician, and he's the one who's suffering the most right now. Me and Christian, we have a job, so we're kind of doing fine, let's say.
And Rick is suffering because of all the COVID lockdowns and lack of venues to play at.
Exactly. It's pretty tough for all the other artists that I know and I talk to. It was difficult as it was before, making a living out of it, but now it's even worse. But
so good to have the day job to fall back on.
Exactly. But no, this thing will get over someday, and everything will come back to normal. People still need music. They listen to music. That's the good thing, no?
Okay. You've mentioned Rick. You want to introduce the other members of the band?
So I'm playing guitar and vocal. Then there's Christian Eisen, who's playing drums, and Rick Bolter, he's playing bass. And how we started actually this project about 2 years ago. It was me and Christian who started it.
So Beast and Fish hasn't been around that long.
No, it's just exactly. And then we said, you know what? Let's put together an album. And we're looking for a bass player, and we found Rick, and actually he has a small studio that he does, and he has lots of experience in producing music. And they said, let's do it together. And it took about probably 5 months in a studio, and we did it. We did it somehow.
It always takes longer than you expect, doesn't it?
It was, but we wanted to do it, right, and it was fun. Again, it's something that music for me and Christian was something that, again, it's just a hobby and relaxing. I used to play in a band before years ago, and then we stopped, and so and so. But this time, I think it's different. Different. Yeah.
So you're out in BC. You're in White Rock, BC?
Yeah, in White Rock, yeah.
To be honest, I hadn't heard of White Rock until I ran across Beast and Fish.
Well, it's a big boulder on the shore there. If you look on the picture, and the city keeps painting it in white because every year there's a whole bunch of graffiti written on it. But that's why I think it's called White Rock, the city. Yeah, but if you look at the pictures, White Rock, it's a big pier, and it's a big white boulder that kids climb on it. Yeah.
So it's well named.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and in White Rock, is there a lot of outlet for your musical talent?
There's actually, because that was we were ready to start hitting the road, let's say, locally, the pubs and the usual places where bands are playing every weekend. There's another Blue Frog studio, which is very nice, not that big, little, but it's a venue where we can do our concerts and happening. So White Rock is not that big, but then it's Vancouver, the whole greater Vancouver area. It's really big there, and it's but like I said, everything is on hold now. We're waiting for staying put, waiting for better times.
Yeah, I think everybody is in that same situation. Get the gigs when you can, because nobody is playing at the moment. In fact,
exactly. And maybe we're gonna have a new album coming in a year. Who knows? I think everybody's doing the same thing now. Maybe it's a break for everybody, and they can work with some new material and so on. So, but again, like I said, people need music, and music will be needed.
Yeah,
So,
and
no,
and you've got a fairly large album out. I mean, there's what, 12 songs on the album?
no, there's 9 songs on this
9
album.
songs on the
and,
album. Okay, I've got a
exactly.
few. I've got a few extras then that I must have picked up from somewhere else.
And when we did this one, we wanted to do just some pure, simple rock. That's why the title is Keep It Simple, because I told Christian, you know what, don't overdo it on the drums. Rick said, you know what, don't overdo it on the solos, and just give people some rhythm, something to listen in the car, and something to shake their heads while they're driving, and it,
Exactly.
personally, I like it. I like how it come out. It's I listen to my songs. It's okay, and I have kids like listen to my songs, and I have older people listen to my songs, and they like it, and it's and we've been being played on the radio, which in here in Canada, in the States, in Norway.
Yes.
Like it's a bit. I'm surprised, like it took off somehow.
Well, it's because it's good traditional music that anybody can relate to.
Yeah, and it's I've been compared with from Iggy Pop to David Bowie to the Stranglers. Like it's so like somebody thinks, oh, you sound like this or sound like that, but it's, people like it. People like it, and again, I'm surprised. It's from 14-year-olds to 60-year-olds, and they think, oh, I like this song, or I like that song, I like that one. It's I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
I can see the relationship to the Stranglers, and maybe David Bowie if he's having a rough day, but Iggy Pop maybe not so much.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, I hear all these. Somebody says, "Oh, you sound like Judas Priest," on his early years. I said, "Wow, that's a new one."
Yeah. And most of the album is straight rock and roll, but the one song that caught my attention is the one called Green.
Yeah, it's well, Green. It was actually we didn't want to. When I wasn't sure that we were gonna put it on the album, and it was something that I was just playing on my acoustic guitar, and then I went to Rick and I said, "Yeah, let's try this." We never actually do any rehearsal, with drums and anything, and
that's straight off the cuff.
Exactly, I played it on my guitar. I told him, "What do you think about this? I wanna kind of I had the song, just on acoustic, but then I said I want to put some rhythm on it, some drums, and the vocal. It was just one take. That's what it did. I said, let's see how it is, and it turned out how it turned out. I don't know. Do you like it?
I like it a lot. I like the way that it starts. It's really catchy at the very, very beginning. Actually, quite good for a radio host to do a bit of a voiceover on. So it appeals to me. It's more bluesy, more laid back than the rest of the album.
Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted to do it and leave it as at the end as the last song, close everything.
Okay.
People are tired of just rock and roll. Here we go.
And in fact, it's the very first song that I played a few weeks ago. Opened the show with it. So I think we should have a listen to that. Now that we've built it up for the audience, I think we should have a listen to Green by Beast and Fish. I want to say hi again to Gabriel Baragan.
Yeah.
In White Rock, BC, there's must be a studio. Where did you record? You mentioned a studio a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it's we did initially like kind of a year ago or a year and a half ago. Actually, there's another studio here, and we did kind of a few demos. It's called Turtle Recording Studios, and it's we did a demo for 3 songs, and it was okay. That kind of showed us, what we want to do and what we don't want to do. And after that, again, we thought about it, and we decided to, change some things from how it turned out there. And we went to talk to Rick, and he said, "Okay, let's do it in my studio." Because he has a little studio called Cosmic Pig Recording.
Cosmic Pig Recording.
Yeah, and we went there, and that's kind of we've decided let's do it in winter time, because it's raining and it's not much to do anyway. And it took us 4 months of working, but it was fun. It's fun. We had a good relationship, and it was fun to do everything.
So now, once you've got the album in the can, once it's all produced and packaged up, what's your distribution channel? I tried to find you online. It was really difficult to stalk you online on the internet, because there's so very little Beast and Fish that, I found you on Facebook, I found you on Instagram, and really that was about it. And YouTube too.
Yeah, if you type in Beast and Fish, probably it just shows up a whole bunch of fisheries and hunting gear and fishing gear.
A lot of biblical references, a lot of, I think John Milton wrote something that has a quote from Beast and Fish. And that actually leads me to a question about the name of the band. I'm curious what you've got against fowl, because the full quote is Beast, Fish, and Fowl. And, you're 2/3 of the way there.
Almost there. Almost. Well, that's the thing where initially I wanted to call the band The Catch of the Day. So it was the song.
Okay,
the song that you played. And we were about to do that and have some T-shirt printed, and then I Googled it, and I said, let's go on YouTube and see if there is any other, or on Spotify, see if there is anybody like with that name. And all of a sudden there was somebody who was from 2002 or something like that. So I said, no, then that's bad, then it'll be confusing. So let's look for a different name. And I kept searching, and then I looked at the album cover, and I said, that's called the band Beast and Fish. You've seen the album cover. It's just kind of a fish and
the album cover is marvelous. So I see a goat in there. I see what looks like a fish wearing a top hat, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So actually, I did that. It's my artwork. I draw the whole thing. And I said, I told Christian, I said, how about call the band Beast and Fish? And he said, yeah, whatever, man, do it.
Yeah.
So that's how it came out as the Beast and Fish. And distribution-wise, I used to, these days, all these digital platforms, like go to DistroKid or CD Baby, they'll just all these platforms that they can put it for you. They're out there, and it's no, we're on Spotify, on Deezer, on Amazon, on you name it.
I didn't find you on Spotify, so you're going to have to send me a link for that so I can add it.
We are on Spotify, because we have a whole bunch of listeners. We're on Apple. We actually sold some songs on Apple, which is
good.
Okay. We're and we have we have listeners in Europe a lot now, because I have Spotify for artists in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. This great DJ, his name is Cyrus Gray, and has this show for unsigned artists that they don't have a label, and has a top 100. And where he's playing us, and one of our songs made up to like 24.
Oh wow!
That's it. And even one, it's still there in that top 100. So it took us by surprise a bit. But that's the thing with this kind of way of putting the music out there. You won't make any money, because Spotify don't pay. Like you have to have like 1 million listeners to make $10 or something like that.
That's what I've heard about any of the streaming services.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no money. It's just people get to know you, which is and the only money that you're gonna make if you're gonna go on tour. That's the thing for any artist now.
Yes.
You start going on tour. Otherwise, pretty much everybody makes music, puts it up for free. And I'm
That's
actually
right.
surprised that we got some people who bought our music like digital from iTunes.
Sometimes it's just patronage. You know, people appreciate the band and they want to show their appreciation.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if you're not touring, this is how
exactly,
they
and
can show support.
probably, they wanted to support us, and otherwise, everywhere it's free, and we're on Spotify, and we're doing good. And again, for us, it was like for three guys from White Rock, the end of the world there, and on the West Coast. Just it's nice to see yourself being played all over the world. No?
That's got to be good, and all that is going to increase, your brand strength. Beast and Fish is going to be well known across everywhere, and you'll be in demand for an international concert tour before too long.
Well, and in the end, like for an artist now, it's just what you want to see, that whatever you're doing is appreciated by somebody. Somebody likes it. If you go in a venue and play in front of 100 people, and if those 100 people are there to see you and cheer for you, that's the best thing ever. I'm telling you, that's what you want to know.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that's the beauty of it. It's music, and then to find people, and that takes time, of course, and you have to, have some shows and.
That you've got some time off. You're working on a new album, working on new material.
I'm working on some new material now, and I'm planning maybe in winter to go back in the studio again. We'll see. It won't be probably 9 songs. It'll be less than that. But
and will you release them one at a time, or wait until you've got a compilation and do it all at once?
Probably. I want to wait to have all of them, because my plan is to, if we go out and play on this thing, will be over, to have at least an hour and a half of our material, and eventually have some covers. We'll see. Although with covers, I'm always very skeptical, because doing a cover, it might raise you or bury you pretty much. It's very tricky.
Yeah.
Everybody rushes in to do a cover of that song, but
I think covers are probably best left for the live performances.
Exactly, like to do a cover, even live. They're very tricky, because usually they're good songs, and who did them really, really well. So you can butcher that song very easily if you're not.
And if there's a fan in the audience, then you may have turned them off Beast and Fish, because they much preferred listening to Iggy Pop or David Bowie or whatever it was you were covering.
Exactly, yeah. So it's that's our master plan here. Yeah. We'll see how it turns out, and
looking forward to the new material. I hope you'll keep us in mind when you've got it ready to go out, because I'd love to stick some more Beast and Fish on the air.
Yeah, you'll be the first to know. I can promise you that.
That'll be great.
I promise you that, Bob. Yeah.
Let's take us out with another Beast and Fish tune about I Don't Forgive and I Don't Forget from Beast and Fish. Any background information on this, Gabriel?
Sorry, can you say that again, Bob? I didn't hear.
Any background information on I Don't Forgive and I Don't Forget?
Oh, this song. It's what can I say? One of those situations when you have to bite your lips and say okay, but actually you don't mean that. That's how it is.
Gabriel Baragan, it's been wonderful to have you on the show today. Gabriel Baragan from Beast and Fish, and we're listening to I Don't Forgive and I Don't Forget from the Beast and Fish album called Keep It Simple. Thank you, Gabriel. Looking forward to new material when you're ready to release it.
Okay. A nice day to you and to the CKMS listeners. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
The rain doesn't come here anymore. The rain doesn't come here anymore.
Remember the guest room? Isn't it too soon to make my way to your room? But it breaks my heart that you don't sneak over anymore. Remember the time when we drove to the beach and we stayed there all night long? But it breaks my heart that we don't go swimming anymore. Now we don't go swimming anymore. Try my best to get you back in my arms. Our lives have become a mess. Now that you don't sneak over anymore. You wait at tables, but when you are able, you come over to mine. But it breaks my heart you don't come over anymore. Nah, you don't sneak over anymore. When it's dark out, you say watch out. You gotta be quieter. But it breaks my heart you don't take my clothes off anymore. I don't take your clothes off anymore. Try my best to get you back in my arms. Our lives have become a mess. Now that you don't sneak over anymore. We always lie, say we're done this time. This one feels bolder. We're always trying temporary goodbye, but this one feels colder.
That's Field Guide from a new album also called Field Guide. And we were just listening to Guest Room. We were talking to Gabriel Baragan from Beast and Fish a little bit earlier, and Gabriel was mentioning how his band has been affected by COVID-19. Now, we've got on the phone right now Allie Brenner, who's the program director at the Button Arts Factory in Waterloo. Allie, welcome to CKMS Community Connections.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Can you tell me a little bit about the Button Arts Factory? It's a wonderful little building up in Uptown Waterloo.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Button Factory Arts, and we're a nonprofit and charitable arts center in Uptown Waterloo at 25 Regina Street South.
And
it's sorry, I can.
Yeah, it's an old building.
Tell you a little bit more as well. Yeah.
I
can tell you about the history of the building actually,
Yeah.
if you like to begin with. So the building was actually constructed in 1886, which was then on Queen Street, which is now Regina Street in Waterloo, and it was owned and operated by the Roshman brothers as a button factory, hence our name now. And they produced shell buttons until their closure in the 1940s. And so after the closure, there's been a few more businesses that have been operating within the building. A plywood company, glove manufacturing, and an office supply store. And then in 1982, the building was actually designated as a historic and architecturally significant landmark. And in 89, the city actually purchased the building out of interest, not for the building itself, but for the land that was beside it for a parking garage. And and then so after that, in 1993, there was interest in forming a community art center within Waterloo. The community sort of had the thought that it was long overdue, and so 100 people gathered at the rec center in Waterloo, and there was a vote put on, and it was decided that Button Factory Arts would be given a 3-year mandate to create a self-supporting art center in the old Button Factory building. Button Factory Arts at that point was actually known as Waterloo Community Arts Center and has changed names from then to Button Factory and now Button Factory Arts. And so after this group of artists and community members sort of obtained the rights to use this building as an art center, there was a lot of cleanup needed and volunteer action. And so there was, a large cleaning of the building hosted on Earth Day. And after that big cleanup and volunteer initiative, the art center was able to begin to offer programs to the community.
So what sort of arts programs are taking place there?
So we have a lot of different kind of programs. We have art classes, we have workshops, we have art exhibitions, and we also have community art projects and outreach programs as well. Our programs are for all ages and experience levels, and we also do therapeutic and art therapy and music therapy as well for vulnerable populations in the community through our outreach. So our building is sort of, separated into 4 different spaces. We have our studio space, we have our gallery, we have our gift shop, and then we have our upstairs rental space. So outside of our programs that we run, like our classes and our exhibitions, we also have the space upstairs, which I mentioned, which is our rental space. And we have over 12 resident groups that meet there, theater, arts, music groups, meditation groups that rent out the space on a weekly basis as well. And then that space is also open to other groups in the community for just one-off art events and performances and music events and things like that.
But at the moment, it's all kind of shut down.
Yeah, at the moment, really none of that is happening. Since we do have some online programs right now. The building was closed on March 15th. And, as of that date, all of our, we have summer camp, we have March break camp as well. All of our camps were canceled, all of our exhibitions, all of our clubs, all of our classes, all of everything that would need to take place within the building. The gift shop was closed. All of that has not been running since March 15th. We have moved our gift shop online. We have been able to start up some summer camp programs online, but really it's 99% of things
that's not the same,
are currently not happening. Yeah.
And you said that it's supposed to be a self-sufficient cooperative arts center?
Yeah, absolutely. So, although we do have affiliation with the city, and it is the city's building, and we do receive, we have to write some grants, and we do receive some grants. The main aspect of the main source of our revenue is through our programming, through our classes, and through our rentals of our space as well. So, just a massive stream of our revenue has just been cut back due to this. It's basically been cut back to zero since March 15th. Yeah.
And there's no way that online programs can even come close to making up for a live exhibition, for example.
No, definitely not. And I mean, part of our initiative as soon as this happened was to get our gift shop online. And although we've been making sales in our gift shop, we don't have that in-person traffic. And of course, just people seeing the building and coming into it. So we have had some sales, we have had some people participating in our virtual summer camp, but, the numbers are much, much smaller. Instead of 30, we've had 5 kids in the class. And it's a 2-hour program instead of a full day program. So yeah, it's a substantial difference. In the fall, we are going to be reopening, and we're going to be starting to offer programs again. Things are going to look different, of course. Our class sizes are going to have to be smaller in person, and just the regular PPE and everything like that,
right,
that everyone's used to and having to do everywhere at this point. But we're trying to offer things on site, outdoors, and online. So as we sort of return to some sort of the physical space and normal aspects of the art center running, we're still going to be feeling the impact of COVID, and the fact that, are people going to, how comfortable are people going to be to come out to classes? How much can we continue to offer online and outdoors while we have the nice September and October weather? And, we're still going to be seeing that revenue cut with making our classes smaller and ensuring that it is a safe place for people to come in the building and to take classes.
Yes, absolutely.
And our exhibitions will be fully online as well. So, yes, that cuts out a huge chunk as well.
I can certainly see that people might be reluctant to come out and participate in in-person activities. As appealing as it was in the past, there's that nagging doubt that all might not be well yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we are going to be opening for limited hours as well, and to enhance our cleaning protocol and, make sure that we're pretty much only going to be hosting one program a day with very small class numbers. Everyone's going to be separated in space, and things are going to be cleaned before and after, and people are going to have to wear masks the entire time. And,
right.
We want to make sure that things are very safe for people to come back out and take part in these classes. And that's going to mean limiting public traffic into the building as well at the same time. So usually people would be able to just come in and browse our gift shop and things like that, come in and sign up for a class. We're trying to separate all of those things into online signups, please shop our gift shop online, and we can make sure that we have this, safe and small person environment for the classes.
Exactly. And the opening will begin in September 15th or so?
Yes, September 15th, exactly.
Yeah. And right now I see online that you've got a call for entry for an online exhibition.
We do, yes. So we're doing, it's called The Once Unknown. It's an online juried photography exhibition. And we have local photographer Mark Walton is going to be jurying that. And so photographers at all levels of their career are welcome to submit entries on our website. And Mark will be choosing 15 to 20 photographs to take part in an online exhibition. And along with the exhibition, we'll also have a grand prize of $250 and a junior prize for those who are 14 and under of $200. And then we'll be doing a special selection juror's choice as well for someone who will receive some gift cards from the KW area.
Excellent. So that'll be the grand reopening for the Factory Arts.
Yeah, so we will be having that online classes and our workshops that are both in person, online, and outdoors in the program section of our website.
I think I'd like to take just a brief little break at this point. We've got a guest coming in next week, James Blacktop from The Boys and I, and he's got a new album out as well. He's been affected by all the COVID pandemic measures as well. And so as another local artist looking to find new venues, new places to perform. His new album is coming out. His EP, we'll be talking about that next week. This is the single off that. That Ain't Me Anymore. James Blacktop from The Boys and I.
I've been to hell and back to hell again. Wounded only by my own arrows, begging for my chains. Stunned by every crash and burn to find myself behind the wheel. Couldn't beg or borrow all those feelings I couldn't heal, yeah. But that ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've risen above the ruins to the life I led before. That ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've been freed from the shackles that were keeping my heart torn. Found myself lost and alone, trapped by the walls of despair. Tripping over the paradise I denied was even there. Building both the house of cards and the storm that blew it down. More comfortable living in the ashes of a life burned to the ground. But that ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've risen above the ruins of the life I lived before. That ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've been freed from the shackles that were keeping my heart torn. I've been to hell and back to hell again. Wounded only by my own arrows, begging for my chain. But that ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've risen above the ruins of the life I lived before. That ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. I've been freed from the shackles, keeping my heart torn. That ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. Like a phoenix born to fire, I'm free to find the soul. That ain't me anymore, that ain't me anymore. Now I'm holding on to something I can't afford to ignore.
That's James Blacktop from The Boys and I. That Ain't Me Anymore from his upcoming EP. We'll be talking to James next week here on CKMS Community Connections. Right now we're talking to Allie Brenner from the Button Factory Arts in Uptown Waterloo. Welcome to CKMS Community Connections, Allie.
Hi there, Bob.
We were talking about the different things that Button Factory Arts has been doing in the past and the things that it can no longer do, and it's affecting your bottom line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I did want to, let the community know and let your listeners know that there are ways that they can help us as well. As we were discussing before the break, our programs and our rentals are our main source of revenue. And although we are, receiving some relief grants, it's a very small amount. And so our board of directors and Julie Dring from our board of directors has gone ahead and set up a GoFund Me campaign. And our goal is $10,000. And this $10,000 would basically cover just a small part of our operational expenses until more relief is available, until we're able to make some more plans for the future. And so we're halfway to our current goal of $10,000, which is absolutely excellent. And we appreciate so much the community support that we've received, but we still have halfway to go. We still have further to go. So we ask that if you can, to visit our GoFundMe campaign, and I believe you said there would be a link available through the radio station.
We'll have the show notes up at radiowaterloo.ca/CCC. And there isn't a link up there yet, but there will be to the GoFundMe page.
That's wonderful. And you can also check out our Facebook page, Button Factory Arts, as well, which has all the GoFundMe information, as well as our website, buttonfactoryarts.ca. And as well as the GoFundMe campaign, we are also accepting donations through our website at this time. And you could also support by purchasing a membership or supporting our current tulip bulb fundraiser that we have on. We run a tulip bulb fundraiser every year, and this year it's moved online. So that's a great way to beautify your garden as well as support your local art center at the same time.
Right. You mentioned the board of directors. We were contacted here at the station by Julie Dring, who's a member of your board. And she wrote to office@radiowaterloo.ca and said, we've got the Button Arts Factory here, and they need a bit of media attention for the GoFundMe campaign. And it was incredible that at least 3 other programmers at Radio Waterloo saw that as important and recirculated that amongst the Radio Waterloo membership. Radio Waterloo is another cooperative board-run operation, and so we understand the difficulties that an organization like Button Factory Arts might have with raising funds and staying active in the community. You mentioned a membership. Well, what would a membership be for local residents?
So the membership is $30 a year for the adult membership, and we also have a family membership and a youth membership as well. And you don't need a membership to participate in signing up for our classes or taking part in this exhibition, but there are certain benefits of having the membership. So there are some members-only exhibitions and open studios and things like that, as well as you do receive a 15% discount on programs as well. So that's usually a pretty good incentive for people to want to come and get a membership.
It'll pay for itself after only a few exhibits, won't it?
It absolutely does. Yeah, usually it pays for itself just after 1 or 2 classes. And if you're signing your kids up for summer camp too, it pays for itself in about 1 week. So it's a good savings for sure.
Yeah. And you are run as a cooperative, a board-run, I guess, a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit charitable organization. So we're run by a board. We have a board of directors, and then we have usually 3 staff members. So an executive director, program director is myself. The executive director is Heather Franklin, and we have an operation manager. Her name is Erin Stamoulos. And
is participation on the board open to regular members?
So it is open to members. It's open to, anyone in the community. So if you have interest in joining the board, you can send us a message and let us know maybe what strengths you could bring to our organization. So the board right now is currently, developing fundraising initiatives, and so we have, they have lots of the financial planning and fundraisers to look after currently. So if you'd like to help out with any of that, you can always get in touch through our website. Absolutely.
Right. It's a great way to get involved and to have some influence in the arts community here in Waterloo region.
Yes, absolutely.
What's happening in the distant and muzzy future? You've got a photography exhibit that's accepting submissions at the moment. Anything,
yes,
anything beyond that?
Yeah, we have the photography exhibition, as you said. So all the details are in the exhibition section of our website for that, as well as our fall programming. So we have classes, workshops, all up and listed on our website now. And as I mentioned before the break, we have opportunities for both on-site and outdoor and online programs. So you are able to sign up for classes to come into the Art Center and take classes there again in this fall. But there's also opportunities, if you're not quite feeling comfortable to come back to an in-person class yet, to take something outside with socially distancing and to also take something online. And those are all available through private Zoom groups and instructors who have been using Zoom throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. So those are also a great option as well.
And I see that the workshops being offered include things like still life drawing and watercolor basics, artisan work with fused glass, embroidery, printmaking, and writing as performance. It says working from oral storytelling, literary prose, and performance arts. Jana Omar Al-Kataib will share what these disciplines can illuminate about each other through exercises in writing and the body. That sounds very interesting.
Yes, that's a new program. We're very excited for it. So that one should be great. And registration will be open early this week for that program as well. So we offer a lot of different types of classes. If you're interested in drawing, painting, we have writing and performance, as you mentioned. We also have open studio opportunities. We have a printmaking studio. And so there's really something for everyone, all levels of experience for different classes too. So if you're a beginner or if you've taken our classes in the past or if you're a practicing artist yourself, there's opportunities for everyone really.
Right. And you mentioned